All right, what's up? Finishing today, base hit day on PEGY. PEGY, up 154. Total overall, I did a couple scalps here on the SPY and AGFY and ADTX, but made most from PEGY, so that's what I'm going to focus on. ADTX, I took some trades on this one pre-market and didn't hold up very well. Got out for break even. And ADFY, right? ADFY or AGFY? AGFY. This one, I took some scalps here off the low, looking for a potential bounce, maybe up to the 80s or 90s, but pretty much closing it out for break even. And the SPY, did some small scalps on that. That I'm not going to go over. Just very quick scalps for about 10 or 25 shares each. But we'll go over PEGY. I will focus on, I do have the video right here. Pretty much I'm just scalping the opening range breakout. So here we have the opening range here from the highs at 625 and the lows down here at 6 or 602. So it's either going to break to the upside or break to the downside. And so as I see it start testing the highs, I put in my starter here, a little bit patient, waiting for that follow through. And as it starts breaking the highs, pretty much taking my profits dang quick because this market is very unpredictable. So took quick profits there, 750 shares, maybe about a 5-cent win on average. Now looking for the next setup. So holding previous highs there at 33, 34, so quick only 1-cent gain there. Now what's it going to do here? Is it going to fail or is it going to keep going? Okay, sizing up 500 shares. So I'm over $3,000 position size here. Just good. Quick micro pullback, fresh breakout. And is it holding? It's holding. So I'm in for the break at 40, out at 45, quick 5 cents. For the break of 50, there we go. Quick, that was only a 1 cent. I didn't get a good fill on that exit. And there it goes. Starts going another 20 cents there without me. I'm up small green right now, 76 on the day. Now, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? So, definitely showing strength. This is definitely the winner here. Nothing else is moving like this at the open. So, now I'm looking for that next 1 minute pullback. We haven't had a red candle yet. So, it was a quick sell-off, kind of like a rapid sell-off down to 65. So 30-cent sell-off. Went to go capture the dip. Got a quick 3 cents. And this is a panic sell-off. So we're down here on this candle 40 cents. A little bit risky for sure. But a lot of the times, if it's a really, really big wick like this, and you had a strong move on a front side, and we're not on a backside move, sometimes these will hold. And you'll get a little bit of a pop, and which we did, but I sold way too soon. I should have let it go a little bit longer. I could have got 10 cents because there we go, up to 660 again. That could have been a nice 10-15 cents that I kind of slept on there. I didn't give it enough room. Getting in on this is pretty much the first pullback. Now we had a micro pullback. This is the next, now a 1 minute pullback. Took quick 2 cents. I'm up 109. So not terrible on PEGY, not terrible. I definitely have had better entries and exits on these gap and go stocks, but I just want to stay green. I want to stay green. We've been having lots of flushes, and my goal here is just to keep my profits. So here I got another 5 cents. Size down to 250 shares. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should have stayed with 500. But then again, you know, a lot of the times these first opening range breakout, past couple of weeks, couple of months even, they do not hold up. They just go right down through from green to red, down into the dumps. So that's why I was a little bit cautious. Here we have this 1 minute pullback. So we got a little bit of bull flag here on the 1 minute. So we got a fresh breakout of the pre-market highs. Really good to see. Volume now low on this pullback, relatively speaking, at least. So could be an entry here, but I'm still thinking there could be a little bit bigger sell-off. So that's why I'm a little bit patient here. I want to see it test below this level at the 645. I want to see it test, maybe break down below, and I want to see a reclaim. So let's... Okay, so we try to break 670 to make that next candle to make a new high. So that's the first candle make a new high, and it rejected pretty much. Should have bought the dip. I really should have bought that dip. That was a really good dip down here. And boom, I want to be long right there. 500 share starter. And you got a nice, you could have got a nice 10 cents there, if not a little bit more. No, about 10 cents. 7 to 10 cents on that. 500 shares, that's a quick 50 bucks. Now I'm trying to get filled in the low. And then I FOMO in. This is where I make my mistake for the day. FOMO in. Here we go. I'm thinking that was a good dip reclaim. I'm thinking it's a strong. Now I'm in at 59, and it just doesn't hold up. I needed to see instant resolution there. I got in a little bit too high. I had the FOMO got to me. The FOMO got to me. Now here down 6-7 cents. Took a 9 cent loss, 8 or 9 cent loss on that, and then immediately back in. That was kind of uncalled for, but anyways, yeah, put me from up 120 to up 92. So quick loss in that area. Got in a little bit too high. A little bit of FOMO that I missed the entry down here on the dip. Because you had that support on the pre-market highs. And we're in a front side move. So now the next entry is going to be if we are going to hold this previous low here at 640. What's going to happen? I know I have a really good trade in here at some point. I know I do. Not on the best share size, but you know, decent share size. I was able to make maybe 10 cents on it. I know it's coming up. It's up 93. Waiting. What is it going to do under 640? Is it going to reclaim, or is it going to close under, test VWAP, and flush? What's it going to do? And I'm seeing this pattern here. We have a bull flag on the 1 minute. Bull flag. We haven't had that 5 minute candle to make a new high. So let's take a look here at the 5 minute. So 5 minute candle has not made a new high. In the video, it is 9:39 in the morning. 9:39 a.m. What do we got here? We have this candle's about to close, and we haven't had that 5 minute candle to make a new high or to test for that potential next leg. Which in the next candle we do get that break for the 5 minute candle to make a new high. 661, we break it by 1 cent and reject. So we're going to see this play out. So now I'm anticipating it's either going to reclaim here, or we broke down below the support of this previous low of this candle and this candle. So it's either going to close low and it's going to flush, or it's going to reclaim and attempt to make that next candle to make a new high on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. and hold this bull flag. And there we go. Signs of support coming in. The volume is low on the pullback, on the breakdown, which is good. This is really, really good. Here, 750 shares at 644, up 4 cents, baby. Boom. Flip that. That was so juicy. That was so juicy. If I could do that on 7,500 shares, whoo! It's over, Johnny. It is over. These are one of my favorite trades. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's definitely a really good setup on those scalping the lows, because you can identify when the sellers are getting weak and the buyers are coming in at a key level. That was a key level right there. It was either going to fail or we're going to see signs that there's buyers coming in. And I sold right on the break of the 1 minute to make a new high. So which was good. Now we don't really have another trade here. It kind of just starts ranging. Then we break down, and then we come in for a red to green move. So we have a little bit of a short trap right there. And man, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I don't even want to look at this because of how atrocious my trading was. I had no idea it was going to be this strong. I really had no idea. And you know, we haven't been seeing this. We haven't been seeing this. So like I was completely distracted doing something else. Completely throws me off guard. I'm like, there's no way this is going to be strong enough to break through the highs. This is just going to do one of these and then it's just going to fail. It's just going to have a huge red candle flashing down the $6. Forget it. But man, this thing rips. I should have been long. I should have been long. Oh my God, look how strong that is. I'm like, I haven't seen something like this in ages. This has got to be a trap. That's what I'm thinking. This has got to be a trap. And then like just out of FOMO, I buy the high of the candle. It pulls back. I immediately sell because I'm just trading on FOMO, not out of any sort of convinced that this is actually going to break out. Take a quick $20 loss. And then it goes without me. Getting into the highs and again selling for break even, and then it keeps going. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I lost on this green candle. Oh my God. This beautiful candle, this beautiful beauty, and I lose money on it. You have to be like not even a beginner like would lose money on this, let alone here I am and losing money on this. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But yeah, whatever. I mean, you can't catch them all, but this was a really good setup. One of the setups I do really, really well on in the hotter markets, because you get the shorts trapped, the bulls come in, but the bulls haven't been coming out to play recently. They just don't want to pump these up and trap the shorts. And this has been the first time you've had this in maybe like a month. I haven't seen this pattern. And it completely caught me off guard, but wow, like what a beautiful candle right there. And somehow I lost money. It really takes some skill to lose money on this. But we do get the resumption, and which would have been a really good resumption buy. So I wanted to get filled down there at 7. But we didn't even get a flash. You couldn't even buy at 7. It just grew a wick. And, oh, no, you could have. That would have been, didn't even get filled. Didn't even get filled. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Boom. There we go. Another 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. Here we go, Johnny. We're going to the moon. Oh. Oh. Man, like, I was getting some hella FOMO. Hella FOMO. 15 out at 05. Another $25 loss. And at 08, out at 10, 2-cent win, so $5 win. Another $20 loss there. Just because of the FOMO. The FOMO was getting to me. And it was really kind of an odd chart after we did get this red to green. It started ranging for a while. That was it. I mean, that was it. Not much more to say. I mean, did really good here. Really good here. Not so good here. Not so good here. I was distracted, and I saw this popping up, and I'm like scrambling to figure out what the heck is going to happen. And I didn't know if it was going to be a trap or not. Ends up going without me. Fell into the trap of FOMO, and yeah, took some losses. Took maybe about $40 off the top. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is good, you know, that at least we got some sort of gap. It's only up 46% here. At this point in time, it's up 46%. It's not that much. It's not that much. But, you know, not a bad day, though. Not a bad day. You know, I'm green. This is my third green day in a row, so, you know, it's good that I'm getting a little bit of distance from the big red days last week. Green on the month. Green on the month now. But, you know, we're getting to that point where, yeah, I don't know how the month is going to finish. I mean, I might have to accept that this month may be a weaker month. I mean, we'll take a look at the calendar. Let's see what we got for the calendar. So for the calendar, so we're about 110 or so green on the month. So red, maybe about 100 here, and now green, 200, 300 something. So up like maybe 130 on the month, 150. I'm going to actually take this day off and this day off for traveling. I'm going to be traveling in my flight, of course. The times changed. It was perfect. I had the times exactly right so I can trade the market in the open. But of course, the flight gets changed and I fly out earlier. And so I'm not going to be able to trade the morning on either of these days, which kind of sucks. But, you know, whatever, it's only 2 days, and, you know, you never really know. You know, this could have been the day, you know, October 20th could be the day that I take a $2,000, $1,000, $2,000 loss. So, you know, you never know. You really never know. The universe could be saving me some serious losses by taking these 2 days off. But, yeah, I'm going to be traveling, going back again to see some family for the 20th to the 27th. On this Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, I will be on my travel setup. So I got my little portable monitor and my laptop, just enough to, you know, get some work done. But it's going to be pretty much a get green and get out type of days here, which, you know, it's fine. It's a bear market, so there's not really much after 10:30 anyways. But so with these 2 days off, I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 days left to trade. I'm only up 100 on the month, so it might not be, you know, it might not hit that monthly goal this month, which is completely fine. If that does happen, you know, of course I have some backup for you know, to offset these types of months. And, you know, I've had bigger months before, you know, over my monthly goal. And, you know, November and December tend to be more an active market. So, you know, I may overperform and do much better in November, December, and then to close out the year. But it's getting, like, we're already getting close to the end of the year, man. Like, wow. Like, before you know it, you know, this October is flying by. You know, September flew by, October's flying by. It just seems like it's getting faster and faster. And November, then December, and then it's the new year. And that will that will sum up now 2 years, 2 full years of trading. So here, I did do like paper trading from like July and August up until October. October was where I went live. So 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 months in 2020, and then I have a year here. So 1 year. So I've actually just completed 2 years live. 2 years of live trading every day, and consistently, trading. 2 years in. Actually, is it today? No way. Is it really today? The 15th. So the 15th, I will celebrate 2 years of full-time. Well, I wouldn't say full-time trading because I wasn't making a living. I was actually red in the beginning, but of daily trading. So after this week, on Saturday, it will mark my exact 2 years of trading every day, daily, with missing maybe 1%, less than 1% of days, other than holidays. So maybe a handful of days I took off that were the market was open. But so that's a huge, like 2 years I've already been doing this, and it's just crazy. Time is flying, and so much progress has been made. Like even if I just look at the P&L, well, look at I was making lose 15 cents and make $26. Green $3, -9, +8, +2, -25, +7. So really just peanuts. I'm just playing peanuts. I even got even smaller here in November. Even smaller. And this is when the market was so hot. The market was so hot in these months. So hot. And like I remember just seeing the stocks flying. Like 10, 20, $10 to $20 to $30. Man, like if that market could be right now with the skills that I have right now, it's over. It's over. I'm doing consistent 1K, 2K days for sure. And it sucks because like I remember here like thinking like I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there and be able to actually make some decent money. And then I turn the corner and the market gets cold. The bear market comes. So it's just really bad timing. But the timing is gonna line up eventually. Eventually, everything is going to line up to where my skills are ready. I'm prepared. I'm mentally prepared. I'm emotionally prepared. And the market is giving consistent A+ opportunity every day with high volume. Everything's going to line up, and I'm just going to take off. I'm going to take off, hit my stride. The time will come. 2020 just wasn't the market. That's when I started. That's when to really nail 2020, I had to be trading before 2020. It was really rare for someone just to start pick up trading in 2020 and just immediately, hit their stride. It just doesn't really happen like that. And I remember thinking like, wow, these stocks are flying, and like I can only make like $10, $20, and these stocks are going more than if I were to just take one share and hold it. It was going more than that. Like I would make more if I just bought one share pre-market and held it into the open than trying to scalp like an actual strategy. Like that's how much these stocks are moving. And we're just not seeing that action anymore. We're just not really seeing that action anymore. And it's not, it's just really bad timing, like I said. Then I was still small size for a while. Like I'm just looking, this is where I started getting more consistent on smaller size. And like I was just happy to make money. Like I was happy to make $10 because like I'm thinking in my head, wow, $10, I can go buy myself lunch. I could get myself a lunch. And like I was just so fulfilled just by like having that, just by like saying that I did this. I put in the effort, I put in the work, and I am receiving the results, the fruits of my labor, and I can use it to provide value in my life. It was just fulfilling. And yeah, I mean, these are very small numbers, and eventually still small numbers at the end of 2021. So a long time of small size, of making and losing between under $50 for a long time. March, I got really consistent. April, just really locked in my consistency. And you can tell I had my first $100 day. Here's 101. Here's 101. Here's 114. Starting having some $100 days. 135, 205. And I just naturally was just like, wow, like I got this. There's another 200, 156, 134, 131, and like $100. I'm like, wow, $100 is a lot of money. Like I can not only just pay for one lunch, but I can pay for lunch for the whole week. Like I can go out to lunch to McDonald's and get myself a Big Mac meal for 5 days out of the week or 7 days out of the week with $100. I can go to Panda Express and get a bigger plate instead of just the bowl. This is that's life changing. That's life changing. Just to know that I am producing results from all the hard work that I put in. It's true that, if you just stick with something long enough and you just work and to become a master, it will pay off. And eventually I started getting consistent $100, then I had a $360, $353. And then I started hitting 300, 300, 300, 300, 400, 300, 500. This day here, after this week, I was through the moon. I've never made $500 in one day. Ever. Like even when I was working, I mean, I went full time right around here. I was like, wow, I made $300. That's it. I'm quitting my job. My first $300 day. I remember I was trading, what was it? What was it? G something. GBTC? No, not GVO. Oh man, let me think. I quit on this day, May 24th. I was like $368. I've never made $360 at my job. Fuck it, I'm quitting, and I quit. I went in that day and I quit, and that was it. I still quit. I'm not back at my job. I haven't returned after this day on GOVX. That was it. GOVX had a gap and go trade, made $300 in like 2 minutes, and I was like, I went into work and I quit. And then after that, I gave it all back. And I was wondering if I just made the biggest mistake of my life, but I just kept going, and it started to solidify. And yeah, I mean, since then I made 2,000 this month. 2,000 is my monthly goal, so I made 2,000 that month, 2,000 that month. July I made 3,000. August I made a little over 2,000. September I made 2,000. October, not sure if I made 2,000 yet, but I've had the $740 day, which was my biggest day, and if I can start seeing some more of that, start adjusting, and like if I see some more momentum that can provide opportunity, some more volatility and stuff, then I think I could totally hit another $740 day. I think I can totally do that this month. It just comes down to the market, and then just me, I'm ready for it. Punch it for 1,000 shares. Punch it again for 1,000 shares. See that same trade there on PEGY, on this trade here, off the lows, and instead of punching it 3 times for 250, I gotta punch it right here for 3 times for 1,000. And there I got a quick 10 cents. That's $300 in one trade. And I was already up $100. So that put me up 400 on the day. That would do me pretty dang good for one trade. So I think it just comes down to, you know, I have to feel ready. I have to be ready, which, you know, I think I am. I think I am ready. But I have to be, you know, it has to be the right moment. I can't push it, because I think these days I was just getting aggressive even when the market was slow. I was getting aggressive, adding into the highs, and it would reject the highs. That's what was happening, and I think I was just got too much into my head after this day, that I just needed to feel that I had that level of trading, of making 740. If I can do that again consistently, and I put that pressure on myself, and I just got too aggressive into the highs, and it would reject. So, you know, definitely experience that I needed to have for sure this week. I mean, that previous week, last week, definitely an experience I needed to have, because it just showed me that, you know, when you're pushing your comfort zone, you can experience that reward, but you can't let that go to your head. You know, you get to that new high, you feel like you're on top of the world. So easy to just get way too loose trading because you think that you got it, and the market is just gonna take it back and more if you just let it go too far. So these 2 days are really slow. Today, I think I left some money on PEGY for sure, but you know, 150, I can't really complain. You know, tomorrow we'll see if there's momentum like PEGY, or you know, something similar to PEGY, maybe a little bit more momentum. I could definitely have more over $500 days in this month, and if that's the case, I can totally hit my $2,000 mark, even though I'm taking these 2 days off. But you know, I don't want to get into you know, into deep of a hole, because you know, it's okay at the end of the day if I do make less than 2,000. It's okay. You know, I have, you know, I can still pay the bills, and there's still more months to come. We're coming into the more active months of the year, so there's definitely more to capitalize on and more to look forward to. So it's not really the end of the world, but yeah, I just want to keep that in mind, that I'm not gonna stick here around this level of share size. 250 shares on a $5 stock. I need to be around 1,000 per order. 1,000 per order. But you know, it is survival again. You know, it is survival, and you know, it's a bear market. You know, the longer you're in the game, the longer you can stay in the game, the better chance you're going to have to be successful and be that outlier trader that makes the most amount of money. That's that 1%, the top 5%, or the 1% of traders that make the most money. And that's just about, I think to get there is just about staying in the game long enough to just get that level of experience to be able to trade at that level. And that's going to take more than 2 years. It's going to take me 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years to be an expert at this game, to be able to pull consistently up a couple grand a day in a bear market. In a bull market, or a very active small cap market, I don't see why. You know, the liquidity is definitely there to pull near Ross Cameron level numbers. Like, we're talking between 10 and 20K. Like, it's totally possible. And that's why I love trading, because the upside is like almost infinite. It's almost infinite. And I'm in the right, you want to be in that type of career path, because you only want to be limited. I don't want to be, why would you want to be in a career where you were limited by someone else's judgment of how much money you should be making? It really should just be up to you. Like, it should be, you know, you want to receive the fruits of the labor that you put in. If you put something in, put in work for 5 to 10 years, the good thing about trading is, like, you're going to experience the results of that. And it's only you who is responsible for how much you are getting paid. And that is probably the best thing, I think the best thing you could have in a career, because it holds you accountable and it shows you just the value of consistency and discipline and sticking with one thing and not trying to be the jack of all trades. So, trading is definitely, something that I'm going to be in for a long time. So, at the end of the day, one day isn't going to matter. As long as it's the one day where you're not blowing up an account, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Because if you're thinking long term, if you're going to be in this for 5-10 years or until, you're 65 or 70 and you don't really want to trade anymore, or et cetera, whatever your thing is. If you're thinking real long term, one day shouldn't matter, 1 week shouldn't matter, 1 month shouldn't matter. And dang, I might even say 1 year might not even matter, because it really only takes one phenomenal year to really set yourself up financially for the rest of your life. It really only takes 1 year of $1 or $2 million, or even 500,000, 1 million, $2 million a year. It only takes one of those, and you can financially set yourself up for stability for the rest of your life. Whether that be, you invest that into the overall market, start getting paid dividends, your appreciation over time, your 7% or your 10% growth. You can also, put some into real estate, rental housing. You can, start a franchise. So there's so many other things that you can do to, broaden your financial, security horizon. Make yourself more, diversified other than just trading. That, if you do have that 1 year, where you make $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million, whatever it is, that can really set you up for the rest of your life, and you're not really going to have to, stress every day about what your P&L is at the end of the day. Hopefully not. If you are, if after you're financially set, after having that really knockout year, if you are still worried every day about your P&L, whether if you're green or red, up 100 or down 100 or up 1,000 or down 1,000, which doesn't really matter, you're definitely, it's going to be all in your head. At that point, it's just all in your head, because there's really no threat at that point, after having that huge green year. Unless, of course, you're irresponsible and you completely blow it the next year, which hopefully that never happens to someone. That would be torture. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you were just hopefully you were kind of catching what I was pitching right there. But this has been a long recap, so we're going to wrap it up here. 154, nice solid day, can't complain. I am green today. I'm sure a lot of traders are red, so very grateful for that. If you were red today, hopefully you kept it small. There was opportunity on PEGY, so definitely you should go back and review the price action on PEGY. You can do that in Thinkorswim on demand. You can do that through a recording software if you recorded your trades. And even just looking at the chart itself, you can see exactly what happened. We had shorts, we had the opening range breakout, and we went higher. We started grinding on in a range, kind of holding support here, testing here for that 5-minute candle to make that 5-minute breakout, potential 5-minute breakout here, which rejected. Shorts were confident this was just going to be a fader, and they're adding lower as it's breaking 6, and they get trapped as it starts to reclaim 620, holding the pre-market highs. Technically, it's still on a front side. Technically, it's still making, here's a low, higher low, still they're closing at a higher low. Now, as it starts reclaiming that VWAP, now we're back into bullish territory. And this is where these shorts here got squeezed. And I mean, this thing made a nice 15% move from bottom, from VWAP to the high, 15%. Definitely enough to make your daily goal. So definitely analyze your charts. There's a lot to be derived, a lot to learn, and consistently just keep putting in the work and showing up every day, and results will come. It's inevitable. It's inevitable if you just keep showing up and keep putting in the work, keep trading, and keep analyzing, keep journaling. It's inevitable that results are going to come. Results. It's you've never have you ever met somebody who's put in so much work and consistency and dedication and discipline into something and not gotten better? It's impossible. It's literally impossible. It's against the laws of the universe. Well, with that, I'm going to end it here before I start rambling for another 40 minutes. So that's the end. If you're still watching, you're the OG. Wow, you just sat through a 40-minute video of listening to me talk. I'm going to mail some cookies to your house to thank you for that. Yeah, if you're still watching, please subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys on next recap tomorrow. All right, peace.